What it is, what it do. Cyber world, it is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. We appreciate you guys for your love, your support. Nearly 500,000 streams worldwide and growing daily. Thank you guys for all that support. All that love makes a huge, huge difference. Today we are joined by the founder of Ask Me Tees, the beautiful Ayanna Smith. Ayanna, how are you?
Hello. Hello. Thanks so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ayanna. So, Ayanna Smith, where are you from? Where do you represent?
Oh, well, I'm originally from Philadelphia, but I live in Washington, D.C., where I've been for over 20 years. So I claim both.
Okay. All right. We'll give you that. We'll let you have that one. So, Ayanna, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you were an adult?
I wanted to be Debbie Allen when I was a child. I was obsessed with the movie Fame, and I wanted to be a dancer. And I wanted to go to a performing arts school just like Fame, and I actually did.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You know, life imitating art. That's what it's
Yes,
about.
yes.
And I mean, who did not want to be in Fame? Like, I don't know if I wanted to be Debbie Allen, but I sure was wanted to go to that school.
I just wanted that Leroy. I wanted Leroy.
Funny. All right. So, how did Ask Me Tees come about?
You know, if you asked me about this concept in November, it didn't exist. It came. This is a concept that just came in my head, and after Thanksgiving, and I've been just thinking about ways to bring people together. That is something that's actually my passion. Bringing people together, talking, camaraderie. But the concept of a T-shirt being a conversation starter didn't exist prior to Thanksgiving. And the week after Thanksgiving, it just came in my head, and I just started working on it right away.
So, what were some of the first concepts for, I guess, questions that came to you?
Initially, a lot of the conversation starters, the themes for the T-shirts, were based on current events, trends, and my personal experiences. So a lot of them were just centered around my experiences as a Black woman, like ask me why you can't touch my hair. And one of the first that actually came to me was ask me why so many women are speaking up now. So those were the first two concepts that popped in my head, and my thoughts about initially I was like, these are topics that we should be talking about. Why women are speaking up now, why they hadn't been speaking up, what we can do to support this movement, and why we should be believing the women that are speaking up, and how much courage it takes to speak up. So those were my initial conversation starters, and then they started coming to me. They just started pouring in to the point where I had to take some of the T-shirts down that I initially put up. And then also, I've had a lot of people send me conversation starters. I've had people send me T-shirt ideas. I just had a woman email me from the website last week, and she said, I'm a foster parent, and I would like a shirt that says, ask me why I foster. And then another woman the same day emailed me and said, I just met a man who said that he never felt loved. And it would be great to have a shirt that says, ask me how you want to be loved, or how you need to be loved, or something like that she shared that was very powerful. So now a lot of the T-shirt ideas are coming from people who are starting to learn more about the movement and want to be a part of it, and just want to find ways to have conversations with people. And what's interesting is some of the T-shirt ideas are ones that are approachable. Like, we have fun concepts, we have political statements, social statements, personal statements. Like, ask me about my superpowers. People love that. That's probably one of the T-shirts that have been purchased the most. But people love to talk about ask me why you can't touch my hair on social media. But sometimes people like having those conversations, but they're not always comfortable having them face to face with strangers. That's one of the things I've noticed.
Yeah.
So the more controversial topics are ones that people, they see the T-shirts maybe on social media or on our website, and they're having these conversations with people they know and they're comfortable with, but they don't want to purchase those because when it comes down to it, they may not be comfortable having those conversations in public with strangers. They seem to be purchasing the more fun and lighthearted topics.
All right. So we're going to take a brief break, you guys. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Ayanna and talk about more of these concepts and maybe what you guys can expect the rest of 2018 and beyond. So hang tight for us for a minute. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner Test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner Test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily Show. We're chilling out here with founder, CEO of Ask Me Tees, Ayanna Smith. So, Ayanna, have you had to turn down any requests that maybe did not go with the vision of the company, or for whatever reason you had to turn it down?
So yeah, I do. I've received a number of requests from people that are things that are not really conversation starters, like don't ask me about this or don't ask me about that. And I tend to be a very sarcastic person myself, so I get that. But the goal of these T-shirts is really to spark conversation about things that divide us, and also the things that bring us together. So all of the T-shirt concepts are not actually. Most of them are not controversial or tough topics, but we definitely the goal of the shirts is to have conversation themes around issues that divide us and the issues that bring us together. So the themes that people have suggested that are kind of like standoffish, like don't ask me about my hair, don't ask me. I mean, there are some topics that are legitimately, people, biracial people have feel uncomfortable when they're asked, "What are you?" So people have suggested topics like don't ask me what I am. So what I've been trying to do when I receive conversation topics like that is try to reframe the conversation around how we can have these discussions in a way that they're not offensive to other people, and that it's a two-way conversation. It's a two-way street. So I have received some of those, but not a whole lot actually.
Gotcha. And last but certainly not least, what advice would you offer to any person that wants to start something new?
So it's interesting when I share with my family. So when I launched this, when I was working on this business between Thanksgiving, I started it the week after Thanksgiving, and I launched it December 6th. So it was only a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks that I worked on it before I launched it. And when I shared it with my family, I didn't tell anyone I was working on it. The idea came to my mind. I just wanted to research it on my own, figure it out, get it started, see how I could get it up and running before I shared it with anyone. And then I shared it with family and close friends first to get feedback. But when I shared it with my brother, he said, did you know I had a printing press in my basement?
Wow.
Because I had, and my brother's a lawyer, and he works for a university, and this is just something that he had been working on his own. He said for a year. He just never told anyone. And he's like, this is something I've been working on, a similar concept, and I just love the way when you have an idea, you just go and do it. And he had all this information, a business plan, and all of these other things, which are important if you want to start a business.
Yeah.
Like to have your ideas written down and to have a plan, it's very important. But it's also important to just get out there and try it.
Yeah.
Do your research and just go for it. And you may not have to make it a big thing at first. You may just want to try an idea out with your friends and family. But the first step is just to take that leap forward and try it. And, my brother said he was very inspired by the fact that, he had the same idea that he, had been purchasing printing equipment and everything, but hadn't gone far with it because it was, he'd been working on a business plan for a year.
Yeah.
So, I say if you have an idea, just take that leap, just try it,
Yeah, absolutely.
I know it's not that simple for everyone, though. I know every idea is not that simple. You want to open up a medical practice, you can't just jump in there and just try it.
Yeah.
But some concepts are not as complicated as they may seem.
Yeah, and then look at that. Won't God do it? You didn't even know your brother had printing press. I mean,
not at all.
It's just the way that the universe works for you. I mean, this is meant to be. This is supposed to be happening. So, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, I was really surprised at the reception also, like the way people received the concept. People were really, really floored and really loved the idea of just being able to start conversations with people about these topics. Right. And it was just a fun concept to me, but it's something that people, share so many different ideas about how, the concept can be taken to different levels.
Absolutely. Well, Ayanna, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Let everybody know the best way to get in contact with you and to follow you guys.
So on social media, we're Ask Me T-shirts, and the website is askmetees.com, askmetees.com. And if you have to email us, it's support@askmetees.com.
Sounds like a plan. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much for your support, your love of this show. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.